Welcome, everybody, to the College Football Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. Today, we are going to preview the Frisco Bowl between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Memphis Tigers. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. And if you want to go to the best sports book for betting on college football, make sure you check out BetMGM. You can click on the link in the description down below. All right, guys, I'm not a huge fan of the bowl games. I think they're basically meaningless and useless, but I find this one extremely interesting as we have West Virginia, who just fired their head coach, Neil Brown. He's been replaced by Rich Rodriguez. A lot of people in West Virginia are excited about that. With Memphis, you got a very good offense, scores a lot of points. They went 10-2 this year, which was actually a huge disappointment. A lot of people thought maybe this could be that extra playoff team out of below the group of four. But, you know, Memphis had a rough season. And most teams entering a lower tier bowl off the heels of a blowout loss to cap off a disappointing season, including their head coach getting canned, typically spells trouble. That's West Virginia. Now, it's not like Memphis ended any better, got blown out by Navy. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily the case here about West Virginia. Yes, I think the Tigers probably win this game, but I think it's going to be a highly competitive game and one that West Virginia will be locked into. The point spread right now is 4.5 points favoring Memphis. This point spread started off at like 2.5, 3.5 the other way, where Memphis was actually the underdog. So we've had a 7-point switch in the last week. All right, so why will West Virginia be tough to handle in this game? I think there's several reasons. Number one, you want to impress Rich Rodriguez and a new coaching staff if you have no intention of leaving. But you also want to put good stuff on tape in case you hit the transfer portal or the new coaching staff suggests playing somewhere else may be a better fit. Plus, this is the final time this group will play together, and they want to send the seniors out right. Interim head coach Chad Scott is an extremely well-liked coach by those on the roster, and they'd run through a brick wall for him. And as much as it sounds like I'm drumming up the perfect scenario for a West Virginia win, I don't know if I see that happening. The Memphis offense is legit. They're well balanced and they're extremely efficient on third down and in the red zone. Running back Mario Anderson is a handful, but the passing attack will cause problems for West Virginia as it has all season long. West Virginia's offense will want to get the ground game going early on, but the Tigers have one of the better rush defenses in the land, holding opponents to roughly 100 yards per game. West Virginia is going to have to sling it around to keep pace, and that's not been a winning formula for the Mountaineers this season in particular. I think the Mountaineers can keep it close. And I also think you got to look to see what Memphis's motivation is. I mean, Memphis comes into this game following a disappointing regular season. They were expected to win the AAC, possibly get a playoff berth. They beat Florida State early in the season, 20-13. It was supposed to be a defining win. However, Florida State went in a crapper. They finished 2-10, and then Memphis lost to Navy and UTSA, and those two losses were enough to keep them out of the conference championship game. So you got to wonder how they're going to react to that. But the one good reaction we've seen is the Tigers appear to be locked in with no key players hitting the transfer portal or opting out of the bowl game. All right, West Virginia aspired to compete for a Big 12 championship. That didn't work out. But I think the other thing here that's big is the Mountaineers lost redshirt freshman linebacker Josiah Trotter, who was second on the team in tackles. And West Virginia couldn't have more opt-outs before they even play tonight. But I think what you got right now, roster-wise, is the way it is. I think a big bet here would be the over-under of 58 because I think a lot of points are going to be scored in this game. So I would bet the over at 58, 58.5. And in this game, if I'm betting this game, I'm going to bet Memphis minus 4.5. I think Memphis wins this game 38-31. I think it'll be one of the best pure bowl games of this bowl season. There's not that many great matchups to look forward to, but this is what I think is going to be a really entertaining football game tonight. Go to BetMGM, bet Memphis minus 4.5, hit that over at 58.5. You'll make a little bit of money tonight. All right, guys, BetMGM. Click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. You can follow me on X at Grueling Truth. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.